welcome back to my channel Pharmaceutical Quality Solutions. In my channel, generally I used to discuss about various topic of quality control and quality assurance department of pharmaceutical industry. Today topic I have chosen about analytical standards. So guys who wants to work in future in quality control department, so for them this is very important video. Please watch till the end. Guys, when you do the analysis, that means what actually you want to do in the quality control lab and what kind of analysis is possible, and during analysis why you standards are required, what kind of standard you can employ between the analysis. So guys, now during performing analysis in the quality control, first thing you should know the type of analysis we are going to perform in the quality control laboratory. So there will be two kind of analysis, qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis in the sense, qualitative analysis means when you are characterizing the physical properties of the material or substance. Physical properties of material and substance, what is the mean? Means you are, suppose you are doing the description test, you are checking the solubility of the material or substance, you are identifying the metal substance by infrared spectroscopy or HPLC. These are called qualitative tests. Here you will not get any measurement kind of value. Okay, so then what are the quantitative tests, quantitative analysis? Here you will get you the some measurement values like water content of the product, LOD of the product, acid purity value of the product, residual solvents of the product. So here you will get some measurement values. Those are called quantitative analysis. So I think guys it is clear now what is qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. Guys, now when you are performing this qualitative and quantitative analysis, what actually you are doing? Basically, in most all of the cases, you are actually comparing between your known sample versus unknown samples. So what we are calling the known samples, na? So that is nothing but your standards. So now the standards, how it is being introduced in your or utilized in your analysis. So there is an external standard method and there will be internal standard method. External standard method, how it is being utilized? So here it is very simple, guys. You will prepare one standard solution and you will prepare one sample solutions, and then you comparing the response of the standard versus samples. Okay, so that is the external standard. What is the internal standard method? Internal standard method means, guys, you need to add equal amount of internal standard to the sample as well as the standard solutions. So guys, here some things you need to remember, that internal standard should not react with your analyte molecule, should not have, it should be stable, and it should not have the impurity with the same RT as analyte, your analyte. Okay, so how you are define the concentration in case of internal standards? Guys, this is the comparing ratios of their peak areas or peak heights and the internal standard in the sample solutions with the ratios of their peak area or peak heights in the internal standard of the standard solutions. Now the question is, what is analytical standards? So analytical standard is a substance or material you use to in order to evaluate or characterize the sample. Sample means it may be raw material, it may be in process sample, it may be intermediate sample, it may be API sample, or it may be finished product. So those are called the analytical substance. So that substance being used to evaluate or characterize a sample. So that is called the analytical standards. So what different kind of analytical standards are available in the market? So there will be reference standard, there will be in-house standard, there will be working standard, and there will be impurity standard. So what are the reference standard? Guys, these reference standards are readily available for the any official pharmacopoeial agencies, and their value will be stated, and without any evaluation it can be used. Okay, so these are called reference standards. Then what is in-house standard? Guys, when the reference standards are not available in the market, then in that case you have to characterize, or you can prepare the in-house standard in your house. But you have to remember here three things. It should be highly characterized. Highly characterized in the sense, guys, highly characterized in the sense of the structural, molecular, and the functional identity of the material should be established, and it will be accepted, and without further evaluation it can be used. So how to know the structural? You should have the NMR data for the structural. How to get the molecular? You should have the mass spectroscopy data of that particular molecule. Or for functional you should have the IR spectroscopic data. This should be highly characterized molecule, and without further evaluation it can be used. Now guys, the next is working standard. What is working standard? So guys, substance or material that is being being evaluated against the in-house standard or reference standard and can use daily routine laboratory analysis, those are called working standard. It is evaluated against the reference standard and in-house standard, and it is being used for the daily purpose basis. Now guys, the final is these are impurity standards. This impurity we can get during the chemical synthesis or chemical or commercial it is available, or pharmacopoeia also available. This substance or material used to identify and quantify the impurities of this particular molecular substance. These are called intermediate substance. This material also further evaluation is not required if it is available all the mentioned above sources. So guys, now the thing is this different kind of substance or standards you are getting. So how to handle these things? So guys, three main chapter you have to three main areas you need to look while handling the analytical standards. So guys, what are the three areas you generally need to look during the handling of the standards? Because these standards are very much precious and costly, and you need to handle very carefully. So what are the major three areas? That is your environment, your cross contaminations, and the minimum uses of the standards. So environment, what are the things you need to look? You need to take proper precautions if particular material is light sensitive or moisture sensitive. So you need to store it as per the whatever the recommended storage or packing conditions. You need to put it properly like that. Second thing, so before using the analytical standard, you need to get it written the ambient temperature. Suppose you are storing your standard at 2 to 8 or any freezer temperature, you have to get it back to the ambient temperature, means maybe room temperature or whatever temperature it will be. So you have to get that temperature, and followed by you need to use that material. Okay, so that is the one thing. Another thing, suppose you are taking your standard from the deep freezer conditions to your room ambient conditions or room temperature conditions, there will be temperature difference, and because of the temperature difference there might be chances of Baker accumulation outside the containers. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to use the properly wipe out of those vapors with the help of tissue papers or any another things or cloth or something, so that it should not, that moisture should not get inside that standards. That you need to take proper precautions. And after every uses, as the minimum possible time, you should keep the standards to back it is actual storage conditions to avoid the exposure to the outside temperatures. And what is that, to determine the loss of drying or water content, when you are try to drying the material, you should use the portions of the standards and put it in a petri dish or any appropriate container, and don't put the actual container where your working standard to the oven or something else. So these are the major things you need to take care of as per the environment. And next thing is the cross contaminations. You see guys, you are comparing your unknown samples with this standard, means you have to be very careful to contaminations. If any contaminations, you will give you the erroneous result, and your analysis will totally go to the wrong way. So you have to be very careful while handling. So suppose you are getting a 10 gram quantity of the standards and you want to put it in a separate vial, so you have to do it in a reverse laminar airflow, and it is to be avoided cross contaminations with other materials or other things. At a time you should do only one standards only. Okay guys, and always use the hand gloves to avoid the exposure to the your hand sweating or something to the material, or to contaminate the materials. Always use the hand gloves and on. And do not put back any excess quantity, guys. This is also very important. Suppose you have taken the 1 gram of working standard for your analysis, and after completion of analysis, left out quantity you think it is a precious metal, you want to put it back. Don't do that. It will contaminate your entire standard, and in future all of your analysis will be wrong. So guys, please take care of these things also. And minimum quantity uses, why it is required? Actually guys, this reference standard or in-house standards or whatever standards, actually these are very much costly. These are extremely costly materials, so you have to be very much careful while handling these analytical standards. So guys, so in that case, what now, so you can use the suppose in your specification and method on MOA it is telling ki you have to prepare the 1% solutions 100 ml, but if you feel ki you 10 ml of working standard preparations it is can be enough to complete your analytical activity, so you can do it like that. In suppose your method analysis is saying ki 1 gram to be dissolved in the 100 ml, so to prepare the 1% solutions, so in that case you can do, if 10 ml is sufficient means 0.1 gram it can be dissolved in the 10 mg, 10 ml, and it can be used for the analysis. So like that also you can do, that is not a problem, not at all a problem. Second thing guys, one more thing is, suppose you need to do the water content of your or LOD, water content you need to do with this your analytical standards, so you can use the diluted KF reagent, that is also acceptable to do these things. So in that case, what will be the strength of the diluted, that you have to experimental basis, you need to do it, and accordingly you have to do these things. So guys, these are the basic things for definitions and type of the analytical standards and their uses. Hope guys you have liked my video, and please give more and more comments so I can improve whatever. If you want more things, what different type of presentation, just let me know. And till then, watch my channel, again and again. Thanks guys, bye.